Hi friends, in the last video we come across with what are the relative positions of six principal views in first angle as well as third angle projection. But after drawing a diagram in the last video itself, at the end I inform, so if you represent two objects here, one object here and another one is here, whether this is the front view or this is going to be the front view, how should we know? So if this is the case, it is going to be first angle projection, this is going to be third angle projection. So if you won't specify, if I drawn by assuming it as a first angle projection, another person can able to read it as a third angle projection, total object meaning is going to be changes. Then what have to do, sir? We have to follow certain notation or some symbolic representation we have to take to differentiate first angle and third angle projection. Which object we are going to consider it, sir? For that, let us consider the shape of a cone. So what is the shape of the cone? So once if you observe the cone, so so if you consider a cone, this is the cone. The cone will appear as a triangle in one view. Cone will appear as a triangle in one view. In another view, it is a circle. Another view, it is a circle. So one view is a triangle, another view is a circle. So here another view is a circle here. This is the case, but we won't use direct cone for the representation. So here we will cut this particular cone parallel to the axis, parallel to the base, parallel to the base, means this is the base of the cone and we are going to cut this particular cone which is parallel to it. So we are going to cut here and we are going to remove the top portion of it. We are going to remove the top portion of it. Then we are going to get the object like this. Front view is like this. Once if you cut the cone like this, so bottom surface just like it is going to be like this. Am I right or not? Bottom it is appears as a straight line, top is a straight line, here it is a tapered. But once if you observe from the top, this cone, if you after removing the top portion, if you observe from the top, you are going to get this circle as well as larger circle. If you observe, you can able to get smaller circle as well as a larger circle. Both the circles are going to obtain. So we are going to get them as like this. So inside another circle also will be there. So here we are going to get the object like this. So here this is going to be one view, this is the another view, but we won't use this cone. So what is this one is called? If we cut an object which is parallel to the base, then it is going to be considered as frustum of the object, frustum of a object. So it is considered as frustum of a cone. So which one will be considered for representing the first and third angle projection? We are going to use frustum of a cone is going to be considered for differentiating first angle and third angle projection. So for representing first and third angle projection, we are going to consider frustum of a cone. This is the important one, my dear friends. So with this frustum of a cone, this is the axis, but we won't consider axis as vertical. We won't consider axis as vertical. We'll consider it as horizontal. So once if you consider it as horizontal, how this is going to be? This frustum axis is horizontal means we are going to get an object like this. So once if it is a horizontal means I am not going to consider the frustum of a cone in this position. We are going to consider in this position means, so here it is a straight line, larger line, here shorter line. This is joined as a tapered lines. So the frustum of a cone with axis as horizontal we are considered, and we will consider it as the front view. So once if it is the front view, but I won't draw the top view, I will consider the side view. This is the side view. Am I right or not? This is the side view. If I rotate like this, this is the side view. How the side view will appear? Two circles. It will appear as two circles. So this particular object is going to be used to represent conventional representation of the first and third angle projection. So which element is going to be considered for differentiating first angle and third angle projection? That is frustum of a cone with its axis as horizontal. But what are the which views we are considered? Front view and side view of the frustum of a cone will be used. Here also you have to remember one more thing, my dear friends. So this is the frustum of the cone. If an observer is here, if an observer, all of you observer is here means, for your clarity I am rotating like this. So if an observer is here, smaller circle will be visible, larger circle will be visible. So once smaller circle and larger circle both are dark, larger circle is always dark. If smaller circle is also continuous, then observer is on which side? On the smaller side of a frustum. Observer is on the smaller side because frustum is going to have a trapezium like this, and observer is on the smaller side of it. Observer is at smaller side. So I am going to show like this. This is going to be here. This is the correct position, sir. Now let us consider, sir, if the observer is not here or not on the smaller side, if the observer is on the larger side, then what will happen? He can able to view this circle. Just I am going to rotate it for you. He is the observer. He can able to view only one circle. This circle is not going to appear to him. It is not going to appear to him. So even though the object is there but not visible, so the smaller circle is there but not visible, then it is going to represent as dotted object. Sir, if the smaller circle is dotted, then what is the meaning of it? Observer is at larger side of a trapezium, means he is at the larger side of a trapezium. Sir, if the trapezium is like this, then he is here. So if he is at the larger side of a trapezium, inside circle is going to be dotted. If the smaller circle is continuous, then observer is on the smaller side of it. Then observer is at the smaller side of it. Now I will draw 4 diagrams, my dear friends. Among them, which is going to be the first angle, which is going to be the third angle, you may think and keep that one with you for 2 seconds or 10 seconds. After that, I will reveal which is going to be the first angle projection representation, which is going to be the third angle representation. So I am going to draw option A, larger circle, smaller circle. This is the option A. Option B, option C, option D, was not drawn in a proper dimensions, my dear friends. Just you observe this. Among these, which one is belongs to first angle projection, which is belongs to third angle projection? Just you go through it and come to one conclusion. Put the video paused and check it out, and you write your option. After 10 seconds, you verify whether it is right or not. Now, all the diagrams, whatever I was mentioned, all these are belongs to first angle projection only. How, sir? How you can able to conclude that? So if you view the previous video, I gave one conclusion to you. If this is the front view, if observer is on one side, if we draw the side view on other side, for the front view, if observer is on one side but side view is drawing on other side, it is considered as a first angle projection. Sir, what about the second situation? If this is the front view, wherever observer is present, in the same side view is mentioned, on his side only side view is drawn, then it is a third angle projection. Okay, we will check it out. Sir, here how to know in which side the observer is present? It depends on this statement you observe. Inside circle is dark, then he has to consider on a smaller side. Inside circle is dotted, he has to be placed on the larger side. That's all. So just you observe here. Sir, inside circle is smaller, continuous. So observer is on smaller side. Sir, here inside circle is a dotted, he has to be on the larger side. Now in this case, inside circle is smaller. Among these two, this is the smaller side, he has to be here. In this, inside option B, inside circle is a dotted, he has to be on the larger side. In all these 4 diagrams, if you observe carefully, all the places wherever observer is present, opposite to it, if he is on the right side, side view is drawn on the left side. If he is on the left side, side view is drawn on the right side. If you observe option A and B, observer is on the right side, side view is drawn on the left side. If you observe option C and D, observer is on the left side, side view is drawn on the right side. Don't think that always one representation is there for the first angle projection. If you remember the concept, you can able to easily know it. All these 4 diagrams are related to first angle projection. Good, sir. Sir, can you able to draw third angle projection? So all these are related to first angle projection. Now I hope you can able to know how to draw the third angle projection. So all of you observe here. So I am going to draw, just you have a carefully observe. Option A. Option B. Option C. Option D. So all these 6 options are related to third angle projection. How you can able to say, sir? Just you observe. Just you observe, your inner circle is dotted, so E is on the larger side. Sir, inner circle is small, continuous. E is on the smaller side of it on this side. Here also it is E is on the smaller side. Here inner circle is dotted. He has to be on the larger side of it. Wherever the observer is present, on his side only he drawn the view. That is why it is going to be considered as third angle projection. Third angle projection. In most of the drawing sheets, if you observe, whatever it is prepared by the some industries, they are going to give first preference for these for first angle projection. Similarly, for third angle projection, they are going to consider this for the third angle projection. Either these or these two options they are going to use it. First one is this one, and second one you are going to consider this notation. But don't be confused, whichever is given, by looking into it you have to decide where we have to place the observer. If the inner circle is continuous, without breaks, then it is going, the observer is on smaller side. If the inner circle is dotted, the observer has to be placed on the larger side. That is the first point. Next, if the side view is on the side where the observer is present, then it is third angle projection. If the side view is on other side of the observer's location, then it is a first angle projection. This one you have to remember. And one more thing, sir. So next one is how to represent the object. What is the notation to be used for object? What is the notation we have to give for front view, top view, side view? This is also most important to you, my dear friends. Notations to be used. Notations to be used in multi-view projection. Multi-view projection. So what are the notations to be used, sir? Let us consider the object. Let us consider object. Object, what is the notation, sir? Object is going to shown with which element? Object can be represents with capital letter. So I am going to use a different situations. So here if I am going to represent here, then what is the meaning of it? So object is going to represent with capital letter for the object. The element which is there in the space is considered as the object. It is going to represent with A, capital A. And what about the front view? Front view is going to represent with small letter with prime. Small letter with prime dash. So it is going to represent with small letter with prime. This is important. Front view is going to write like this. So if I write small d dash, what is the meaning of it? That is the front view of point P. Front view of point D Is it clear? Front view of capital D is small d dash. So what about top view? Top view we are going to represent with small letter only. We are going to represent with small letter. So once if I write a small letter, then what is the meaning of it? It is the top view of that point. This is the top view of that point. Is it clear? So it is the top view of capital A is small a. Similarly, what is side view? Side view is going to represent with small letter with double prime. Small letter with double prime. For example, if I write like this, what is this? So it is the side view of point B. It is the side view of point B. So it is side view is going to represent as small letter with double prime, double dash. We are going to use it. This is also important notations we have to use for representation. Sir, I drawn the diagram. Instead of representing small letter with prime, I represent only small letter. Then you are conveyed. You are thinking it is a front view, but you are conveyed as top view. You conveyed it as top view. That is why the notation is most important, especially in points and lines and solids. Once it is a composite objects we are going to draw, normally we won't give the lettering, just simply we will draw the diagram and we will give the symbol, first angle projection or third angle projection. They are not a problem. But once it is a points and lines, this is most important. You have to remember this notation for the multi-view projections. Front view, small letter with prime. Top view, small letter. Side view, small letter with double prime. This is most important, my dear friends. In the next video, how to describe an object and how to represent that particular thing in the multi-view projection, how to represent the front view of that particular object and how to represent the top view of it, we will discuss in the next video. So once it is a front view of a capital A, how we have to show it in a multi-view projection, top view how we have to show, we will discuss in the next